What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. I need to change my screen pan speed action, spawning in the bottom side of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Kvoth. Or, as Recon likes to say, Kvoth. What do you guys prefer? Kvoth? 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 Here's lots of H's. But an Oranos versus Poseidon game. We watched this one earlier, I believe. We watched Recon going up against Nullra, and Recon got the better of him in that one. So let's see if Matreiuss can figure it out. Now Matreiuss is at his heart he is a descendant from Poseidon himself. He is literally a demigod in the shape of an Italian man who has an affinity for all things Poseidon. I don't know what I'm saying here, guys. Nonetheless, the map is Giza, a very, very open map, so no real building spammage is going to be a big thing. We've got the Hecate's torch over here. Is this Hecate? Or Hecate? Or I should probably start learning pronunciation properly. I just don't care. Fetters of Fenrir over here as well. This relic has recently been buffed. I think it's a really, really good relic now. Especially for just shanking back against raids early game. Staff of Dionysus, a little bit of synergy here. You can do some shanking. Your opponent runs away. You're back up to full HP. That's going to be nice. Over on this side here, we've got that Gambantine Odin's Wand. Going to be reducing the cost of your temple technologies. So very, very good. As Matreiuss getting that temple finished. I'm going to be heading to the next age very, very shortly. So recently, you know, I have been made aware of... Well, I was watching the game on Kvoth's stream. He was playing against Recon, actually, and they were playing this matchup as well. This matchup is becoming very, very popular, probably because Kvoth plays everyone and anyone, and everybody is like really excited about the new Hippias buffs for Poseidon. Nonetheless, Recon went through Ares. The idea is that on a closed map, on a defensive map where you're not really going to be able to get a whole bunch of damage done, you're more playing for the mid to late game, those Ares hoplites with that one divine damage end up becoming very, very useful against an Oranos player who goes through Thea to get the Dryads. And also they're nice against sort of Murmillo as well, and you can get out a Paspis with bonus damage as well. That's always nice. So I'm not surprised to see Hermes on this map, but keep it in the back of your mind if you're playing Poseidon against Atlantean on a closed map that potentially Ares is a good idea. As we see the new Kvoth standard, he is on this position. He's built his sky passage. He's chopping the wood over here, and he is going for a somewhat of a late advance time, 4 minutes-ish, as the sky passages come down, and he'll be able to drop this town center very, very quickly. If you guys want to be able to do this, 4 villagers on gold, 4 villagers on wood, and a villager jumps over onto this position. 1 villager on food to make sure you can afford the citizen. And let's just completely expose the strategy for everyone to start using in case you want to, as the centaur comes through here, get some nice pressure. We'll see exactly what Kvoth does with his... Oh, this is a lot of good damage here. Kvoth not alt-S'ing here. He does not have the resources for this town center just yet. As Matreiuss getting that special attack off, getting more damage done, still just does not have the resources. He's going to move over to this gold mine because of course he is. And Atalanta looking in to help out on this spot. Oracle over on this spot. We got the citizens. Literally everyone can just bail on this position, eat the rhino over here, chop the wood, be on this gold mine, no problems. And Kvoth now says it's time for the town center. But he's going to be getting food starved. He doesn't have the food for a villager. So this is some really, really nice damage, which Matreiuss has managed to get off here. This is very rare. Generally, this will be very easily defended. But it looks like Kvoth does not manage to make it happen here. He's popping back on. He's not... Alt-S your villagers! Use the Alt-S function! The town center is going to be up. And it looks like, I mean, the damage is done. Atalanta spots it. Too little too late for the Hippias to deny the town center, though. Up, 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 and down. Tango down. This is huge. Matreiuss' damage here has been absolutely gigantic. Where to next is the big question, though. Oh, Citizen. And he pulls the Rhino away. Oh, the Rhino. It's going to die out in the middle of nowhere. In terms of nightmare openings, I think this is as nightmare as it's going to get for Kvoth. He's going to heal the villagers back up with the Caladria, no problems. But as nightmare as it's going to get. Mana coming up on this spot. Citizens getting pushed back in the main base. The Centaur pushing off of these chickens. The villagers back onto the... or the berries, I should say. These are funny looking chickens. But now moving over onto the chickens here. And do we see any sort of buildings coming up? It looks like Kvoth is not ready for any buildings. He's just under serious pressure from this Poseidon. And Kvoth just has to kind of keep moving back and forth here. Are we seeing another stable? No secondary stable. Lots of villagers on the temple, though, so it could be a whole bunch of Centaur to come through. But generally speaking, Kvoth's answer to this is going to be Catapulti heroes. And Kvoth, I think he might finally decide to just abandon the Rhino. He can just retreat back into his main base and be eating goats or berries or something. He's got a sky passage coming up onto this spot to grab these gazelle. Nice Hippias coming back in. Citizen retreats back out. And the sky passage up to grab this food over here. Will... Wow. Wow. Oh. He sees it. I thought maybe Matreiuss was like spider senses tingling, but I think he's just that aware of what's going on in this game. Carnivora gets dropped down to defend this position. Hippias gets taken out over here as well. That's the... Oh, a little bit of shank action. The citizens have to bail. Man, Matreiuss' pressure here is off the chain. I'm going to have to try this. I don't know if it's going to work for me. Matreiuss is just built differently, it seems. He's got these brutal Hippias, just pure damage. How much favor in the bank? He's got no favor in the bank because he's getting himself spirited charge now. It's 8 minutes into the game, and we're only now seeing a military barracks. As Kvoth not going for those catapulties like I would assume at this point. As the villagers have to be pushed off this wood line. I guess on Giza, all the wood is very, very exposed. Let's look at the dodging here from Matreiuss. While dodging, getting a HP back. That's the Murmillo charging forward. We'll be able to snipe down the Atalanta at the very least here. As the Centaur coming back in for more damage. The villagers are still over on this gold mine. They've finished up on the Deuterinos over here. There could be a world where Kvoth sends a sky passage down to the bottom here and tries to grab the Rhino over there. Now he's getting another military barracks. Counter barracks coming up as well. That's the Hippias on the march for a little something to take out. Oh, Caladria does manage to stay alive. Oh, no, it's going back into its death. Never mind, Caladria's invincible. 1 HP in a dream. As Hippias going to pull back. Murmillo here are going to pull back as well. Another Caladria to come in for Kvoth to potentially heal up his own bad boy there as the Murmillo hero able to defend on this spot. The villagers over on this gold mine, however, They are very exposed. No sky passage here for the time being. He's going to have to retreat into his manors. He does manage to do so. This citizen over here looking like it's going to be falling. He can jump into the other manor. Does manage to do so. But the differential in the villager count is starting to look insanely big. But Aphrodite is on the way. More stables. Aphrodite on the way. More stables. The catapulties are starting to come through. These Hippias are going to start looking very, very weak. Very, very quick. Couple more military barracks up for Kvoth. Military Academy to try and make some sort of a change here. He sees the catapulties, so it's definitely time to make somewhat of an adjustment here in terms of the army composition. He does have the Centaur, and when he hits the heroic age, he's going to have Curse. And the Centaur get boosted as well from getting to the heroic age, so they're going to be a little bit better at dealing with this, but we are seeing hero catapulties getting built. Kvoth, however, I think is still in a really nice position, even after taking all of that damage. He's got 74 population worth of villagers to 39. That is a very large amount, as we see all of the units here now getting heroized to play around Curse as the villagers coming back, or the army coming back in onto this spot. Well, he wants to garrison into the manor, but he just can't do it. You have to kind of spam. I don't even know if it's possible to get that sort of thing. Whoop, and he's going to snipe down the center. Gets one smack, gets another smack. Another smack. No. Centaur is away. As now the Hypaspist in Carnivora gets dropped down. Curse gets dropped down as well. Only a handful of units here. Not the best usage there. Shockwave gets dropped down. And Kvoth says, time to disengage. He needs an answer for counter infantry. And it is very, very challenging to find that answer in the classical age. A really nice decision from Matreiuss thus far, as the Centaur charging up to the top gold mine, going to look for something to pick off the Hypaspist, back onto those hero units as they charge straight after the Centaur. But onto the top position here, the man is going to be going down. We've got heavy Hippias in already as Kvoth needs to retreat. He's trying to bring his citizens back to safety, back into the Sky Passage, taking a lot of losses here as he dives in there. The majority get out. We see a Sky Passage going up onto this gold mine, but Kvoth is already over there. As Kvoth is just going to have to bail. He's got no he's got literally 10 population of military to 70. The town center is going to be gone. Wait, did the Carnivora get cursed? I didn't even know that was possible. I guess it technically is a myth unit. How much does it cost? Is there another one on here somewhere? No. Okay, next time the Carnivora comes out, we want to see what its cost is. Town center down. The units here going to get cleaned up as well. Kvoth tries to retreat away with the catapulti. I'm not sure it's going to be able to get out of here, as it does fall a fortress on the front. And all of a sudden, Kvoth, one town center, but, and it's a big but. It's not a small but. He is double the villager population of Matreiuss. All he needs to do is get out an army that can deal with these Hypaspist, and he should be okay. What Matreiuss might need to do here, while going to the Mythic Age, would probably be, well, it's one option, a good option. Stop production, go Mythic Age, probably a good option. The safe option is to drop a town center now. The unsafe option is to pump army and just try and keep pushing. But both are fun. Whichever way you want to go. Whichever way. We'll see if Kvoth can figure this one out. Military barracks dropping down. We see the town center coming down as well here for Kvoth. He's really wanting that population here. As he's Mermillo charging forward. He should just be waiting. You have to just wait and wait and wait. And potentially even sack this main base here. Dive over here onto a Sky Passage on this position. Eat the Rhino, have the wood, have the gold. Maybe even, if you can, drop some goats into the Sky Passage and run with those as well. Get yourself back the army, and you're going to be in a good spot. As will we see the Matreiuss coming out anytime soon here He's got resources in the bank. He's now going to get himself Bite of the Shark. And now it's going to be Arcus as the unit of choice here. The Hippias are going to be dashing down to the bottom side of the map to deny all of the gold coming through from Kvoth, but he is banking quite a bit of gold. And look at this for Matreiuss. He's making what I would consider to be the correct decision given the game state. He's done a huge amount of damage militarily. He's got to deal with the economy of Kvoth, but it's going to be a challenge. As we see, oh, cheeky little wall coming in, but the Hippias are on the other side. Kvoth tries to be cheeky here, but cheeky is not going to cut it. Loses one citizen, loses two citizen, loses three. A fourth one potentially going to go down as well as a second Hesperid's tree. He does pick off the citizen. A second Hesperid's tree is in, and the army now charging over onto this sky passage. But an earthquake to just erase this main base is going to be so strong as hoplites starting to come through. What going to this Mythic Age does do, however, is gives Kvoth time. Gives him 2 minutes to mass an army. But then he loses his entire base, and then he has to defend with the army somehow. He does have this town center over here. He does have an escape route with these villages into the sky passage over onto this position. And he can then get a sky passage back up over here, build it in his main base, and bail as another idea to rebuild all of his infrastructure. As the Hippias coming in. Kvoth, quick reactions there. Pulls through to the sky passage. Oh! Try. Whoop. He was out. He was very much out. And then instead of running up to this spot, he loses 2 citizens. And come back over onto the gold mine to try and get that sky passage back up. There's a hoplite, a pacifist. Popping up onto this position. We got a barracks coming in. Here's that earthquake into the main base. Will all of the buildings fall? The town center is definitely going to fall, but military barracks on the outside, they will mostly survive here as the army engages onto this top position. Population differential is heavily favoring Matreiuss at the moment, and Kvoth in that moment, he taps out. I genuinely do not believe he's lost here. Build a sky passage, run over to this town center, rebuild. You've got 96 population of villager. Double the pop. All he has to do is get army out. Sure, it's Mythic Age, but Matreiuss doesn't have the economy here. He still needs to kill villages. If you don't kill all the villages, you haven't won. Doesn't matter if you don't have a town center. If they're at 100 villages, the town center doesn't mean anything. Right? Checking the economic graph here. This will be an interesting one. Kvoth is way in front on economy. Of course, he's lost a lot of stuff. Of course, he is going to be facing the Mythic Age, but you have to fight these situations to figure out if it's possible to survive. And I think you might actually lose these Hesperid's trees, which is probably the biggest loss. But retreating here into a different spot makes a lot of sense. Nonetheless, GG, well played by Matreiuss. I love this style. This aggressive style, just hitting everything, taking every single little advantage, the scouting, the pressure. A masterclass in some ways from Matreiuss. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider to follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.